Hey everybody, it's Andrew again, getting ready to start on the second video in the VS410 Portal Builders Kit video series. Going to be starting with bag A, your front axle. Really nice kit, it really is. It comes with the machine gears, portal, knuckle weights, no sintered metal. It's all just nice machine parts. Got these nice brass sleeves, if you want to call it that go in the inside of the front axle. Give a little extra strength, some weight down low up front, and then looks like the U-joints are all assembled in the CVs for the front axle, which is nice to see. Got you some Vanquish red gel Loctite, as well as some Vanquish grease. And then it is nice, all Vanquish kits come with a spare parts bag. Comes with some pretty nifty stuff. You got a couple of shock E-clips, a pivot ball, looks like some kingpin screws, body clip. Looks like a nut of some sort and a couple small screws. Just nice to have in case you're putting something together, one falls, shoots across the room, can't find it. It's just common stuff most people have, but those E-clips can be pretty hard to find if you don't have any on hand, so it's nice that the kit comes with that. And the Vanquish kits come with a really nice manual. This will be the second one I've built, and it's just really well put together, very descriptive. All the bolts, nuts, washers, bearings, everything is to scale. So if you have any questions about what gear or bearing screw may go where, if you hold that screw up to your instruction manual, you can cross-reference it and that'll confirm if you've got the right part that you're looking for. But yeah, it's just a really nice manual through and through, very descriptive. Not a whole lot of confusion in any of this stuff where it makes you wonder if you're doing something right. So anyways, getting ready to start on the front axle. I will get it together and catch y'all as soon as I get done with it. And if I have any issues or tips or tricks, I'll be sure to mention it. All right, just got the front axle assembled, grease, ready to go with the SSD scale hubs on there, and threw it on some scale jack stands on the scale. Just for those of y'all curious, this is assembled with no extra additional weight. This is just how it comes out the kit, with the brass tubes in the housings and the steel, I guess that's steel, some type of metal. It's not aluminum or brass. Portal cover, looks like 358, 360 grams. It keeps bouncing back and forth. But yeah, like I said earlier, these Vanquish kits are really nice. Everything goes together super smooth. The bearing tolerances are tight. The bearing qualities feel really nice. Everything just fits and works like it's supposed to. Some people do this, some people don't, but I always make sure to put a lot of grease inside the portals, just because if you get in water, mud, anything like that, that's the lowest point on the truck beside your tires. So the more grease you can get in there, the better. I don't personally run in water, but if you do, probably put some marine grease in there, but more grease will never hurt. So gotta move on to the rear axle, which should be the exact same as the front, minus the knuckles. It would just be a fixed axle, but it's a pretty simple build. So if any of y'all have never built with a kit, I would not be intimidated by these at all. So far, everything's super smooth, just like the Optic. See y'all on the rear axle. All right, got the rear axle done, just as easy as the front. Actually, a little bit easier because you have no knuckles, but just like everything else, everything goes together so smooth. The quality's top notch, fit and finish is awesome. And for those of you that don't have a Vanquish truck, all Vanquish axles have these really cool aluminum red anodized simulated oil filled plugs, and they come with a tool just for, let me see, just for installing it. On the other side, it's got the notches cut out to install the fuel plug. Just a kind of an Easter egg, but just a nice touch. And the total weight for this ended up being 206. It was going between 206 and 208. And like I said, that's just a box stock axle with the brass tubes, no additional weight. So for those of you curious, that's what you're looking at. 360 for the front, 206 for the rear. Getting ready to move on to the next segment. Catch y'all in a few. All right, here we are with bag C. This will be your chassis rails, your VFD transmission mount slash skid plate, and pretty much just the rest of the chassis components. Got the servo horn. Vanquish does include a really nice, looks like it's hard anodized 25 tooth 20, what is that, 20 millimeter servo horn. Really nice quality. And it also comes with a aluminum pan hard bar mount. Not a lot of 3-link crawlers come with these. Like the Traxxas TRX4 is plastic. I believe the SCX-10-3 is plastic. So it's really nice to see an aluminum pan hard mount come standard in this kit. And something else I did not mention earlier, all of the Vanquish trees, if you want to call it that your molded plastics come on, when you take these off, they come off super clean. I can probably do this one-handed. Everything, well, of course, when I try to film it, they don't. Typically, when those come off, there is nothing really left to trim. They just break right at the joint, really clean, but that's no big deal. I'll clean that up with the razor knife, but in getting ready to assemble this, I will get this together, and this will also be when I install the Reefs Raw 500 servo. So I'm gonna get after this and I will pick back up once we make some progress. All right, we got the chassis assembled. Pretty straightforward. The only thing that's different with this build than what would be just your following the instructions just for a Vanquish, I guess a Phoenix body. Being this is getting the RC 4-wheel drive K10 hard body, I've got the Shrink RC body mounts, which you'll see right here and over there, as well as the rear mount. So you will not be using the top half of the like mock fuel cell, as well as those rear shock towers and the Vanquish body mounts. Those will not be used. And the reason you're not using the rear shock mounts is you can use them, but you have to cut a hole in the bed, which I was opposed to doing. So I found a Facebook post and another fella found these shock mounts. They're just a generic set. I'm gonna throw a picture up of the part number, the before, and then obviously here's how they look once they've been modified. I don't know exactly if this is how they need to look. They're just very similar to how he did his. I'm gonna come back and smooth these up and throw some paint on them once I know for sure that this is gonna clear the way it's supposed to. But it lowers the shock down, and I'm gonna more than likely move it to this far forward mounting hole to lay the shock down, keep it at a lower ride height, and be able to mount the bed with no modification. So I will update y'all on that as the build continues, but as of now, this is how it sits. Got the Reefs Raw 500 in there. And for those of you that have not built a kit before, maybe it's been a while, always be sure when you're putting your servo horn, go ahead and hook your servo up to your receiver, bind your controller, do whatever you have to do. Make sure that your servo is centered and it's not, clocked one way or another out of the box, because if you put your horn on and it is way off, you're more than likely going to have an issue where you have a greater steering angle one way or the other. So that's just a quick tip. But yeah, once again, everything went together super smooth, and I am about to start on bag D, which is the VFD twin. And being this is the Portal Builders kit, it comes with, if I can get the camera to focus, all the machined bearing plates, the machined standoffs. I think it has the lightweight gear set. Not 100%. I know my H10 Optic kit did. I'm pretty sure this one does too. This is my first VFD twin to build, so kind of curious how that's going to go. But I will get started on this, and I will catch y'all when I get done with it. All right, got the VFD twin finished up here. went really smooth. First VFT twin to build, so I took my time making sure I didn't miss any steps on getting the little E-clips and spacers right. Really not a bad build as long as you follow the instructions and just pay attention to what you're doing. I've currently got the variable overdrive function locked out in the fixed, I believe it's 6% overdrive, as well as the dig is locked out, just a locked position, so it's four-wheel drive. Only because I don't know if I'm gonna run the servos for them yet. I've got them, but I would like to get the body mocked up, see where the servo placement's gonna be before I go cutting holes in the body if I need to. So for the time being, they're locked out. Got the Hobbywing Fusion Pro 2300 KV in. Kit came with a 15-tooth spur gear. Yeah, it's assembled, ready to go. It's really nice. Like I said earlier, the portable kit comes with a machined motor plate, standoffs, all the machine gears, just really nice, high quality stuff. I really like that all the servo linkages, if you want to call it that, have rubber gaskets on it, and transmission's packed full of grease. Get good life out of it, quiet it down. Grease will never hurt. But yeah, transmission's done, motor's in, and I'm about to set the whole assembly in the chassis and try to get this thing sitting on all fours. I will catch you once I get this thing buttoned up a little bit further along. All right, I forgot a pretty key piece of information. Most people that have built a Vanquish truck, they know this, but this little tab here, you can see I've kind of trimmed it down some. This is one of your control arm tabs on the skid plate slash subframe crossbar, we'll call it. You have to trim that down just a little bit for a 2300 kV to fit, because if not, when you go to set it in there like so, you can see it's a pretty tight fit as it is, but if you don't trim that just a little bit, it will not fit and your holes won't line up. Does not change any type of structure. I mean, it's completely sound. That's just, I shaved off maybe a 1/16 of an inch there, just enough to put in the motor case. But yeah, that's a pretty good piece of information, save you some time and some headache if you haven't built one of these. But yeah, I'm gonna get this thing mounted up and I will get back with you. All right, we got the shocks assembled. Went pretty smooth. I'm not a big fan of the plastic caps. On my H10 down here, it has the Incision, well, it'll focus. It's got the Incision aluminum shock caps, and they're actually threaded. Whereas these plastic caps, they don't really tighten up. You gotta be careful, you can over tighten that bleeder screw pretty easy. So I'm probably gonna put some Incision caps on these. I may actually end up putting these caps off the optic on this, because I got some Pricey's custom crawler shocks on the way for the H10 optic. So I may just swap those over to here, save a little money and do that. But yeah, everything went smooth. And for those of y'all that don't have these pliers, they are an absolute lifesaver when it comes to building kits. It's got these middle clamps here for putting rod ends together. You can put your ball right there in this little clamp, put your rod end in it, squeeze it, and it pops the balls in there really easy. And then you have different size sections up here to hold shock shafts, and they don't mar it. I even put them in a paper towel inside of here just to be safe. You can hold your control arms and links as well. It's got all different sizes. And then I've got another attachment which a lot of people have. It is a this guy right here. Put it in your drill for your rod ends, and you can spin them on there. It just saves a lot of time, saves your fingers, and just a lot of annoying, tedious little stuff. But yeah, shocks are assembled, and looks like we are getting ready to put the drive shafts on. So drive shafts are going to go on, and then links, and then we'll be putting the front rear axles under this, and it'll be a roller. So I'm gonna get after it, and I will probably get it completely assembled as a roller and guess on the links. I don't really know what's gonna be the proper wheelbase yet for the hard body, but I will cross that bridge when I get there. All right, here we go. We got the almost finished product of the chassis being a roller. Still got to put the battery trays in, as well as the servo mounts for the dig unit and the variable overdrive. Like I said earlier, I'm not sure if I'm gonna put those in or not, so really want to get the body mocked up first to see what all adjustments need to be made for the wheelbase. But you can see, got the links all together, and this kit I believe comes with, I think Vanquish calls these like their pro ends. They're gray versus the black. I guess it's a different material, but got everything hooked up, shocks on, drive shafts in. I'll be swapping the drive shafts. These are just the plastic kit ones. I'll be swapping them for some incision steel drive shafts also. But you can see those rear shock towers I modified. It's got the shock laid down pretty good. Probably gonna end up moving it from this third hole to the front one to lower the ride height a little bit more. Just gonna have to get the body on first though, just to get an idea of how it's gonna sit. And according to Shrink RC, you do have to change the rear links. All 4 of them, you need to change them to a Traxxas 5525 rod end, which is those right there. So you use the standard Vanquish links up front, and then the Traxxas ones on the end. I think they're 5 millimeters longer, something like that. And it does mention running portal axles. The front may need some adjustment as well, so just gonna have to do a little trial and error. But for now, this is how it sits. And next video will be the body assembly, mock up, and try to figure out. I'm sure these tires are gonna be a little large for it, so I'll have to do some trimming. Hopefully not too much. Gonna try to keep it looking streetable, not like a full-blown trail rig. Look more like a street-driven truck that's meant for the woods. So yeah, this is it so far, and I'm gonna hopefully get some progress made on the body the next couple days over the holiday weekend, and I will make another video, and fingers crossed everything goes good. It's my first hard body to build, but this thing turned out pretty sweet so far. I really like the stance that it has a lot. I like that the portals are not too just exposed. Like the TRX4 portals, I'm not a big fan of. They hang down, like the knuckle comes down here. It just doesn't look very good, but this thing looks pretty sweet. So anyways, thanks for watching. I will hopefully have another video up in a couple days with the body and make some more progress on this thing.